It is a real pleasure this week to start out the week with Mr. Forrest. 4 days last week we didn't see him, and beginning to worry about him. Some of the other bucks were coming around. One day none of the bucks come around. And there's another big boy. Look how big those antlers are getting, will you? Just amazing. They're into the really big time change here now. That's beautiful right there. Here we are in very poor camera work, Jimmy. Trying to block a little of the wind. Not much wind, but up here on the deck there's more than down there where those deer are. The lake looks pretty nice out there, but you can see it's got a little ripple on it. Need to back up a little bit to look. Still got the grass growing. Gonna be a little breezy. 100 degrees again today. But we have cooler weather forecast for later on. Got another day or two of this brutal heat here in southern Oklahoma. All over Oklahoma, as a matter of fact. I think the whole state was over 100 yesterday. Oh, there's another big boy over there, just kind of caught out of the corner of my eye. I saw a couple out front too. Look how fat that deer is. He's so fat he can't hardly walk. I think that is Fat Boy. I think that maybe is Fat Boy. The deer that we're tickled about, well, we're tickled about all of them, but it's so nice. I got some carrots here. Thought when Forrest heard me talking, he might walk up here toward the house. He hasn't. He stayed right down there. Grass is growing really good right now. The Bermuda is starting to take over. Less and less rye out there. The deer love that Bermuda. Absolutely no doubt about that. They love the rye. They love the clover that's in there. But, golly. Big, beautiful, fat. Look how fat that boy is. Big, beautiful, fat bucks. Sometime later this month, maybe, they will be getting pretty close to the max, I think. Another buck coming in there. Barely see those antlers back behind that tree moving. I love it. Wind's starting to blow a little bit more. Yeah, this is a beautiful, wonderful start. That Mr. Forrest is out here. I look out here this morning and there he is. He's the first boy I saw. But there's 4 or 5 of them hanging around front and back. So we get this week started at the Eagle. Another great week. We're gonna have grandkids here for a little bit. That'll be wonderful. Let the grandkids feed the deer and take care of them a little bit. Give Jimmy and Apache a little break. Yeah, right. Y'all know how that works, don't you? Here's Forrest out here this morning, and you know, I noticed something that happened out here this morning. Might be explaining why he's not around here quite as much as normal. And the feeder went off, and we have 4 bucks over there, and a big doe. The doe's probably got a baby out there running around somewhere. I sure hope that baby's alive. But they run Forrest away from the feed. The feeder went off and they run him away from that food. But you can see him right out there. I got some carrots here. Well, my air conditioner's been out for 3 days. Forrest Hunter finally showed up. Hunter Air Conditioning. I got a monthly service plan with them and they still don't come and fix it when they're supposed to. All the deer are gonna leave except Forrest. Forrest is sitting right there and he's gonna leave too. The truck's scaring him off, so at least they showed up. We've been Had the windows open, the ceiling fans going, and our house is 85 degrees, outside temperature 105, 110, but we're going to get it fixed today. Yay, woohoo! I think I'm going to cancel my monthly service plan with them because it doesn't help any to have it, except you're just paying a whole lot of money. And you don't have it, and I'll get whomever I want to fix it. All right. Good morning there, boys and girls. Good morning, boys and girls. We have two girls there this morning. Neither one of them have a baby with them, and I'm pretty sure one of them's got a baby, but I don't see a baby with them. It's not even quite daylight yet. Still pretty dark out through the woods. Mr. Forrest is not there, but there's three big, beautiful bucks there this morning. I won't really try to zoom in too much. Take a good look at them because, by golly, they've changed since yesterday. I hear the geese talking this morning. Look at the size of that rack right there, will you? I mean, that is a big rack. And TC's getting big and wide. The girls are a little nervous. Those are totally wild deer right there. They weren't born in a pen or anything. They're totally wild. And I believe that one of them has a baby. The other may not have had her baby yet. We did have two more baby does born yesterday. And we are, I think, up to about a dozen that have been born, and we've lost 3 or 4 of them, which is just sickening, but there's just not a lot you can do about it, and it happens. I mean, it happens every year. It's just the worst thing in the world, but it happens. There's just not a lot we can do about that. We try to save them, but sometimes their mama just doesn't have, the colostrum is not good, or she just doesn't want to take care of them, or there's something wrong with them. Out in nature, they abandon them real quickly if something's wrong with them, especially if they have twins, which a couple of them that we've lost have been twins, at least one of 2 twins. And generally that deer just gets left behind real quickly. And so much of the time we just want to leave them with their mama. So much of the time we don't even really try to. I mean, they've gone, several hours or maybe all day long without eating. And of course it was 105 degrees yesterday, 115 or 117 heat index. Incredibly hot. Going to be up over 100 again today, and then we have a little break in the weather for several days. It might be several days before we see 100-degree temperature again. You see how fat that doe is right there. That one may still be carrying, but that's a great start to another day here at the Eagle. And the antlers just getting larger and larger and larger. Studs, that's what I'm calling them. As I look out toward the lake, turn to walk back to the house and look out toward the lake, that's an old morel target sitting out there. That morel target is several years old. It's probably had 1,000 arrows thrown at it or more. There's no color left on it. It's faded out to where it's just white, but it's still good. And it's set out in the weather. We have brand new targets also that we get from morel. And that's an old one. That just tells you how good a target morel targets make. I wouldn't even think about buying any other brand. But there's a couple elk out in the yard. Again, it's pretty dark, and that's why everything's kind of grainy. They're out there eating the Bermuda grass. I looked out there, and there they were. These two have been hanging around the house here the last week or so. Big, beautiful, look how fat they are. Big, beautiful, fat cows. My. That one there's more mature. The other one is a younger cow. That's a beautiful sight right there. And you're listening to me talk. You're safe here. I know it. But I don't like you getting up around that close to me. There goes the big old cow down through there. And the geese are hollering at them. What a way to start the day. My. I believe I have 5 beautiful boys out there this morning. I'll kind of walk up here a little bit closer while they're eating and try to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 beautiful bucks. Try to get a little bit closer look at their antlers. The feeder's just gone off. We've been fishing since daylight. I've got my grandson Lightning out there and his buddy Brody, and we caught 37 bass this morning. Got out right at the crack of dawn. It's feeder just gone off here, and you can see that everybody's getting big. Lucky number 13. Look at that right there. Look at those 2 bucks right there. Oh my God! And that duck there, that's the blue. That's this is his first set of horns. That deer was born last year. And you look at that. That's born Whitey's baby right there. Definitely Whitey's baby. You know who that boy is right there. Pretty easy to tell. Fat boy. Broad, big, fat boy. But he's got some nice antlers, and they're getting ready to spread out. It might split with 3 on that one side there. It's a little bit behind the rest. Probably the worst antlers on the whole ranch is TC, Thundercloud. He just has not really been too much of a trophy buck, but he's a good boy, and he's 5, 6 years old right now. Maybe I think 6 years old. I looked the other day and I can't remember. There's number 13 right there, 2113. He was born in 21, so that's his second set of horns. I think actually that other deer was a blue tag. Those perhaps are brothers. Those could be twins. They're pretty doggone close to the same. It'd be Whitey's boy. Of course, my man Forrest is putting on an impressive rag. Forrest is actually a year older than them, and he's going to have a nice impressive rack up there as well. So looking mighty good. A little wind starting to blow, possibly some rain here in July. Wouldn't that be fantastic? Back away from them boys so you can get a nice look. But you see up close how they're looking. They're all looking good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 headless deer. There he is. That's so pretty when you get those 3 or 4 or 5 together, like in that shot right there. Oh my goodness, it's pretty. That is so pretty. Woo! Well, I came in from fishing with the kids, and we have a prayer circle full of deer. Big, beautiful deer at that. Look at all that. Isn't that something? I got my hand full. I can't run this thing, zoom in on everybody. I'll zoom in a little bit there. Kind of take a look at these guys. I'm sorry about the camera work, guys. I got my Yeti and a Bang energy drink. He's picking up the scraps that fell outside the pen where Apache brought garden vegetables down to the deer. That guy's gonna pick him some. Look at that rack. Is that gorgeous? My gosh, it's pretty. Guys over here looking pretty good too. Yeah, look at that boy. Not real wide. Forrest is wide. Got a little bit of breeze, not bad. TC, fat boy. Look how much shorter Fat Boy is than TC. It's amazing. He's shorter than anybody. Not really long-legged like a lot of the other deer, but broad and big, beautiful. Look at that. What a way to end today. Been out fishing with my grandkids. I think we caught 20 this evening with the girls, but now they took off and went swimming after we got to about 16 or 17. I caught the last 3 or 4. Well, maybe it was about 15 when they decided to go swimming. Yeah, it's got hot. The clouds went away and it got hot. So they went swimming. Cass caught 2 crappie, the only 2 crappie we caught. They're pretty they're pretty comfortable up here, aren't they? Of course, Forrest was raised on a bottle, so he's tame. The others are wild deer. And they're not too wild, Jimmy. You're right, they're not too wild. They actually, all these were born in the pen, exception of Fat Boy there. He's a little bit smaller. He's fat, and broad, and short. He's a big, beautiful buck. Big, beautiful buck. That's a pretty shot right there. The other deer went around to the front yard, so I guess they'll be out there feeding on Bermuda grass once they get all the goodies eating up there at the Texas Hunter feeder. Antlers are getting bigger. I think they're bigger than they were yesterday. May just be me. How you guys doing this morning on a Sunday morning, huh? Hey girls, where are your 2 babies? We saw your babies earlier this week. I know they're here. If that was yours, you're here without babies. And those babies belong to you, Forrest, that's running around here? Probably do. Yeah. Bunch of big bucks down through there. Uh-huh. Yeah, girls, where are your babies? I know we saw 2 babies here yesterday. We didn't get video of them, but we did see them. We got a couple of girls there with no babies. Those girls look like they hadn't had their babies yet. They're so fat. I don't really know. But I know there's 2 girls there. And we don't see any little spotted fawns running around. The girls are chowing down. She still looks, look at her belly. She still looks like she's carrying, maybe not, I don't know. As I drive around on the ranch this evening, just look around to see what we can see, I find a rare, unusual shot of 6 bucks laying down in a food plot. And they're just gorgeous laying there. I mean, just gorgeous. I'll zoom in and try to hold everything as steady as I can. I can't get much closer than that and get them all in. But that is beautiful right there. That's an unusual shot. Off out at a little bit of a distance. But there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 beauties right there, all laying down. That's all of my house bucks right there. They're not too awfully far from the house. And they're enjoying the calm evening. It was so calm for one reason I decided to go drive around a little bit. Drive over to the other leg, take a look at it. Might go, whoops, I'm sorry about that, guys. Well, all my talking is they're gonna get up. PC's gonna get up and stretch there a little bit. That is pretty right there. An unusual shot to see 6 big bucks laying down like that. They look really good. Really.